Yo, what's up? This is Young Gerald, G-Eazy, from the Bay to Australia to the universe, and you're watching Take Flight.
Hey, yo, what's good? It's your boy Wings. You're tapped in with Take Flight. Today's guest, all the way from the Bay Area in Sydney for the first time in 9 years or so.
Yeah, 9 years or so, man.
G-Eazy in the building. Come on, bro.
Yeah, Young Gerald, G-Eazy. Let's go.
Come on, bro. Hey, appreciate your time as always, bro. I know you're a busy man. 40-date world tour or so at the moment.
Yeah.
How's your time in Australia been thus far?
I mean, what's not to like, you know? It's got the most beautiful people in the world. The weather's great, man. It's summertime here. It's cold back home, man, you know? So
get the shorts out while you're here.
Yeah, man, you know what I'm saying? The kneecaps is out, the calves is out.
We got to show them off today.
Yeah, Young Gerald's legs is out. Let's go.
Look, like I said before, it's been a while since you've been back here, but you have been here before.
Yes.
Is there anything this time around that you've had the chance to experience or see that you haven't in previous times?
You know, man, just I think in the years that have passed is taught me to just be more mindful and present. You know, practice that mindfulness, and you know, and take it all in, man, and appreciate these moments. I was just walking around today, and I just had the biggest smile on my face.
Let's go.
You know, just like, wow, man. You know, all these years later, we're back here, and you know, we got this big show tonight, and you know, these fans have shown so much love down under, and it's really just, it's a big blessing, man. I mean, these things don't just happen, but these things happen every now and then, you know?
Name drop, come on. Look, we will go into talking about a bit of that, but real quick, last night on your Instagram, I did see a face pop up that I'm aware of. Tristan Edward.
Yeah.
Shout out Tristan, the man himself.
Yep.
One of my favorite photographers out of the country. You've obviously gotten a bit close with him in the past. For those that don't know at home, Tristan went on a bit of a world tour with you time and time again. Can you talk about a little bit about your relationship and how important it was to be by your side taking some iconic photos over the years?
Yeah, man. I mean, look, we get to live this wild and crazy life, right? You know, we get to travel to all these places. And, you know, my mom was a photographer. So, you know, I grew up with dark rooms in our basements and garages, you know, throughout my childhood. I grew up around photography, so I have a deep appreciation for photography. And Tristan's one of those guys. I mean, he has a brilliant eye, and I've had the pleasure and honor of working with a lot of great photographers.
Correct.
But, you know, I remember meeting him, you know, my first time coming to Australia. And then he ends up, you know, touring with us, you know, throughout the next few years and stuff. And just a brilliant artist, man, and a friend of mine. And it's a real treat, man, to, like, you know, I've made friends all around the world, you know, and to, you know, that's one of the perks of tour, you know. It's like I get to Austin, Texas, and I see my good friends in Austin. You know, I come to Sydney and I see my brother Tristan.
Literally
you know?
the opposite side of the world.
Like, right. You know what I mean? Or like you go to London and you see your friends in London. You know what I mean? And you know, it's a really dope part of the job.
I love that, and I love that you're still able to keep connected even all these years later.
Yeah.
Look, we said you haven't been here for a while, but this year marks 10 years since your first ever Australian tour.
Yeah.
Actually, 2 weeks ago to this time period. Right?
That's crazy.
Yeah, and I don't know how good your memory is, but I know for a very good reason. Valentine's Day 10 years ago, I actually totaled my car on the way to your show.
No.
I did, man.
Brother, I'm sorry, man.
It's all good. I was trying to be good, get to work the next day.
Yeah.
Lost that. Got there anyway, yeah? So it's good to see you. And honestly, it's been good to watch your growth over this time
Thank
too.
you, man.
But in saying that, bro, what is it like for someone like yourself who hasn't been here for this long, but able to come back a decade later and still get to perform, I guess, your art to even bigger crowds than you did back then?
Yeah. Nah, man, it's an honor that, you know, I think about constantly. I stay present and mindful of that. You know what I mean? Just live with gratitude and grace. And don't ever take a moment of it for granted, because, you know, it's a blessing to get to come here and do this once.
Facts.
It's totally a different kind of blessing to get to come here 10 years later to even bigger crowds, you know. So, you know, this game is tough. You know, you see people come and go. You see them never get to have that chance again, if they ever even get the chance. So these are just things I take into account when I get on stage, and I may be jet lagged, I may be tired. You know, you get out there and you give it your all, because, like, again, not to be, but like, these things don't just happen, you know, but yeah, man, I mean, it's a beautiful thing.
I love that, bro. And look, before we jump too far off the topic of Sydney, another huge fact that I love to find out is that Sydney is your second highest streaming city in the globe.
Yeah, yo,
globally,
I just found that out.
I think that is crazy.
That's incredible.
In an entire globe, Sydney, where you are right now, still second top. Does it surprise you though to see a city on the opposite side of the world tap in and pay that much attention, respect to just your art, pretty much, brother?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. Like it's crazy, and it just goes to show the power of music, you know, being the universal language that can connect people from opposite sides of the world, can bring cultures together, can bring communities together. You know what I mean? It's just crazy, bro. And I think it's also a testament. I was just talking to somebody about this. That's like I didn't really realize it maybe when I was first releasing music or coming here for a first time, you know, because you can be afraid that this thing will be fleeting, you know, especially in popular music, especially in contemporary popular music. It's like, you know, you're here today, gone tomorrow. Mm-hmm. And I let some of that fear fuel me to go harder and stay hungry. But, you know, I think it's a testament now that I'm a bit older and, you know, in my maturity, I can recognize, you know, and accept that that's a testament to making quality music from the heart. You know what I mean? If it still connects with people this much longer, this many years later, you know, so it's a beautiful thing, man. And I'm just so sincerely, deeply appreciative to the fans for the love and loyalty that they've shown, you know, and we're here, baby.
Shout out Sydney, but hey, the show tonight will prove just how much love the fans have got for you, obviously. Look, it's not only 10 years since your first time in Australia. Later this year will mark 10 years of my personal favorite G-Eazy album, When It's Dark Out, yeah?
Yeah, that's my favorite too.
Come on, man. Look, I read on your Instagram, it was only end of last year, that you said, this is the album that changed everything for me forever.
Yeah.
Can you dive into a little bit about that?
Yeah, man. I mean, it's really hard to do it once. Like 99% of people never even do it once, but it's extremely hard to do it the second time. That's the real hump. And it's not like it ever even gets easier. It's hard to do it a third time. It's hard to do it a 33rd time. You know what I mean? Like but that second one is like, if you do it a second time, you know, and because the first album was a surprise hit, you know, the label didn't see it coming. They didn't believe it, you know. We didn't have like a huge mega hit. I mean it has lasted and stood the test of time, but like, you know, and it's gone platinum. But when Me, Myself, and I hit, that was like, okay.
Next level.
You got the world. Yeah, nah, man. And it's almost diamond now, you know, so it's like, it's just that album, man, it hit. And I think that year I played something like 240 shows.
Crazy.
It was like, it was exhausting, but it was thrilling, you know. And I think I had just gotten back from Australia, you know, the end of a world tour when Me, Myself, and I and When It's Dark Out and all that were peaking. And I came home and I told my team I need 2 weeks to just completely like
space out, get away,
like dip out. You know what I mean? Don't call me. Don't like. And I had just bought my first car. It was actually tattooed right here. As I look
Fresh.
down. Yeah, 65 Mustang and you know, me and my girl at the time, we hit the road and just completely just tapped out. Like
and got to just celebrate that moment.
Yeah, we just went on a road trip with no plans. We just drove and just found hotels and we just did our thing. You know what I mean? And I was able to take it in, but also disconnect. It felt amazing.
It's awesome that you're able to do that because obviously you see a lot of artists, and it may have even happened to yourself over time, where things just get too much and you keep pushing yourself to the point of
man.
Absolutely.
Yeah, crash out. Yeah.
Look, to celebrate that 10 years, because it is coming up, again, one of my personal favorites, are you able off the top of your head to name your favorite 3 records off that album?
Oh, man. Sad Boy. Think About You. And Random. One of them, yeah. I opened my show with one of them.
Tonight too?
Yeah.
Let's go. All right.
Yeah. I opened with one of them into Random. And it's like, that's a highlight for me of the whole show. I'm excited for you to see the show, man.
Me too, man. Hey, not too far away. Let's go.
We'll have a beer after the show and we'll talk about it.
Lock in.
Yeah.
Was there a specific moment when that release was happening that you were like, all right, this is about to hit the next level? Like you were sitting there and you were seeing numbers flying, or were you getting hit up by certain people like Me, Myself, and I's going crazy? We're about to go to that next level.
Yeah. I was It was when we approved the final mix of Me, Myself, and I.
Oh, you knew this was the one.
Yeah, I was like, life's about to change.
Oh, bro, that's a good moment to have.
Like chills. I have chills even thinking about it just now, because that one we took all our time, and everyone on my team was all in on that song. And I remember even people who, you wouldn't have thought, like, you know what I mean? Like, some of my team were just like OGs in hip hop, like, you know what I mean? And Gene Nelson in particular, who's, a legend behind the scenes. He was tapped in all the mixing sessions and going back and being like, oh no, this is. I'm like, really? You like this? Because he likes the rap records, you know what I mean? And that song had a big pop hook. He was like, nah, G, this one's about to change everything.
And it did.
And chills, even thinking about it now,
This next question could kind of be a similar answer then. But in the last 10 years, and there's so many big moments, I'm sure, but is there one specific moment that you're most proud of yourself and what you've done?
Yeah, man. I mean, There's a lot of moments, but my mind and my heart goes to moments I've shared with my mom. Like buying her a house and, her moving into it, and how that house made her feel, or bringing her out on stage and dancing with her, stuff like that. Yeah.
Watching the love you share for your mum over the years too, because again, via social media, that it's like you're right there by her side some of those times.
Yeah.
So I apologize for your loss as well, brother.
Hey, brother.
In saying that, the opposite side, I've seen you go through some high highs and also some low lows in the public eye. Yeah. Is there any specific or one lesson that has really stuck with you over this time?
Oh man, too many to count.
Yeah.
But I think essentially, you're gonna go through things in life, and I think it would be a disservice to not learn, as you go. Especially when you experience, extremes of highs and lows. And, we are all students. We're just doing the best we can. None of us know exactly what we're doing. You know what I mean? We get one shot at this. And you learn as you go, man. And it's important to just, to take things in stride, to not be, too hard on yourself, but to learn. And change is hard, but you know what I mean? You can't change people, but you can, you can work on changing yourself. It's hard, but, it's just about like learning from what you experience and,
I think that's a beautiful lesson right there.
Thank you, man.
Shout out everyone listening in. Come on now. Fast forward then.
Come on now.
Come on now.
Come on now.
I get called out from all international folk about come on now. I swear to God.
I love it, man. Come on now.
Hey.
Come on now, mate.
Let's fast forward a few years. 2021 onwards was a bit of a quieter time for a multitude of reasons. Obviously, I did hear you spend a lot of time with yourself during the world shutdown era.
Yeah.
What would you say was the best time about being able to take that time back for yourself and just, get rid of the crazy noise that you would have been experiencing?
Oh man, it was like you twisted a door like lock, in your house, one that was like sealed, painted shut, like in Coraline or something, and you opened it up and you got to slip into an alternate universe for like a year. And it was like, wait, I don't have to. I'm not touring. I don't have to like do, or not have to, I should say, but like, you know what I mean? And I was just like, I just get to make whatever I want to make. And it was like, since the world stopped and stood still, I could just, whoa. And that kind of like freedom, was so radical, at the time. So, I think it's important, man, because you have this relationship with the world you live in, right? And it's like, we have laws. We have, we have moral, rules of, you know what I mean, of right and wrong and this, that, and the other. And then we have actual laws of like, legal and illegal. And it's like in ways you're supposed to live, but in creativity and, you can get kind of in this space of like, well, am I making this for me or am I making this for my job, in the outside world? And it was kind of like a refreshing dip into a different universe of, wait, what if I just could make it for me? And
that's what you got to do.
And and it was, it was meant to just, be an exercise in growth and evolution. So, you know what I mean? I'm grateful for that time of freedom. And with any, exercising and risks and experimentation, there's bound to be, you learn by trial and error. There's bound to be in trials, errors and successes.
For sure, man.
So, I just liked having that freedom and not having to be governed by like, only do what works or only make this type of song. You know what I mean?
100%, bro. It's good that you got the time to do so, yeah? And then you came back with an album a few years later, which has led on to 2025. We're right here right now, world tour, 40 dates? Has it been 40 dates? I counted about 40, yeah? All right, tell me how tour life for G-Eazy yourself has changed from, let's say, 9 years ago, Australia tour time, to 2025 G-Eazy.
Oh, man, I mean, we were wild. Like,
bro, I could only imagine.
You know what I mean? Yeah. We're still a little wild, but...
You got the same team?
A lot of the same team, man, but you know what I mean? People grow up, you know?
Correct.
It's like, a lot of the guys grew up and have families now and stuff and can't come on the pirate ship with the boys, and you know what I mean? And
you just still got to run it up for them, huh?
Yeah, man. I'm married to it.
Cool, man. You dropped a few new records over the past few months, yeah? 3 completely different G-Eazy sounds, to be completely honest, right? Vampires, Nada, personal favorite, just for the energy.
Thank you.
Kiss the Sky, also heavy.
Yeah.
Do you have a particular aim musically, sonically moving forward for 2025 with what you're trying to do with your music? Or?
Yeah, man. I got this new album coming out. It's called Helium.
Let's go.
Yeah, and it's the best work of my life, man. I'm really excited to get this out. It's just back to basics. It's just a fun G-Eazy record. And, it's from the heart, man. It's the highs and lows of life and love. And, Helium. And,
Helium.
Yeah, I'm really, really, really excited. I'm going to play some of it tonight.
How long till that one drops?
We'll see.
Okay, no announcement.
But very soon,
okay.
though.
No,
very soon.
I did hear you have a new record on the way.
Yeah.
Is there anything you can reveal? Names, styles, content, stories?
Helium.
Oh, that's the single?
Yeah, the album is called Helium.
The Helium, what? You got a new single coming?
Yeah. We got a song coming in just about a week and a half.
Can we talk about it? Or is it a...
It's called Fight Fuck.
Fight or fuck?
Yeah, Fight Fuck.
Fuck?
Fight Fuck.
Let's go. Any stories behind it?
Man, it's so the album, I mean, it's the highs and lows of love. This song is pretty much exactly that. It's like, man, I've experienced the highs and the lows to lows. I do my best to document and express that through my work. And, I've been in some tumultuous, topsy-turvy, crazy relationships, and I've, been up and down, but it's all an exciting roller coaster of a ride.
I love that. Fight or fuck next week.
Yeah.
Let's go. All right, coming to a close here. Las Vegas residency, I saw got announced. Yeah. I've seen you do some in the past. Personally, I never got to experience some. I've been to Vegas a few times, no residencies. Is there any difference between a Las Vegas residency kind of tour shows to a normal performance?
Yeah, I mean, Vegas is interesting because it's this spinning carousel of most people who come to the shows aren't from there. They're like traveling, you know what I mean, to visit Las Vegas. So it's kind of like, the old cliche, what happens in Vegas stays in Vegas. You get these people on their worst behavior in the best way because they're in Vegas, you know what I mean? So they get to just cut up and let loose, you know what I mean? And it's always a fun time. I love Vegas, man. I'm excited for the win.
Good energy. All right, wrap up, bro. What else have we got to look forward to in 2025 that you can mention?
Man, new album, more touring.
Let's go.
The floodgates are back open. G's back outside. We're back on road. Man, this is just the beginning.
Come on now. Hey, it's your boy Wings, Take Flies, G-Eazy. Yeah, we are.